Hello, welcome to Human Tech, a podcast about the intersection of humans and technology. My name is Guthrie, and I am here with Susan. Hello, Susan.
Hello.
So, what is today's topic, Susan?
Well, I thought we would talk about live video on Facebook and the Facebook Live Video Map and what that is and why it's so compelling and why video is compelling and why we're fascinated by watching other people's video on Facebook.
Okay. Well, let's start with a simple question. What's a video?
No, you don't want to start with that. You know what a video
I
is.
think everyone knows what a video is.
Yeah.
So, what is a Facebook Live video?
Well, yeah. If whoever's listening doesn't know, you can. You know how you can. Well, I should go all the way back because I know there are some people that aren't. I know there are people that maybe were on Facebook before and have given it up. I know that it's kind of waning in popularity among younger people, for instance. But I also know that there are people who, kind of probably many older people who don't have a Facebook account. I know people who don't have a Facebook account and never had a Facebook account.
Yeah, sure.
So for people who don't know what Facebook is, it's one of the, quote, social media platforms, unquote. And what you can do is you can type in little updates about anything. It could be about how you're feeling. It could be about politics. You can link to other photos. You can upload photos. You can link to news articles. You can link to videos. You friend people, right, on Facebook. And you can also follow people or follow businesses by liking them. And so it's a way to be social with people online.
They're one of the largest companies on Earth.
Yes.
They make billions of dollars.
Yes.
They own Oculus Rift, among other things.
Yes, among other
like
things.
Like WhatsApp.
So that for a long time you've been able to post videos and link to videos, but one of the things they started, I don't know what, about a year or so ago? It's not been super
it's
recent.
been rolling
Maybe. One of the things they started was that not only could you just post, little messages or photos or links, but you could actually do what they call, what do they call it? Facebook Live Video. You could, so you have a camera and it has video on it. You could start your Facebook app on your phone and, or, you don't have to do it on your phone. If you have a webcam, you can do it that way. So you're on Facebook and you just press record pretty much, and then you do a live video. So as you're recording the video, it is being sent out. It is streaming. It's available for other people to watch. And one of the differences of this is that people can watch your video if you're friends with them. Their video might show up on your what's called the feed, your news feed, but you don't even have to be friends with them to see the feed, because one of the things you recently showed me, Guthrie, was this map of the world, and on it are these dots, and if you hover over the dot, it'll show you a Facebook live video feed coming from that location.
Yeah.
And you can click on it to make it full screen and watch the whole thing, or you can just kind of roam around the map and see what people are sending live.
I thought this was really cool. Again, I've done a little bit of traveling a bit around the world, but I'm just the type of person who doesn't, if I'm gonna travel, I don't want to normally, I mean, maybe now that I'm older, but I'm not usually going to just like stay in a hotel and just kind of go to like the nice shops where.
You do that when you travel with me for business.
Well, yeah, I do, but
But
normally.
if you're like
well,
tourist traveling on your own.
Yeah. I want to get to actually like know the city and go see the people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I'd want to spend like a month, and I'll just like, live in some like hostel somewhere, or I just get an apartment in the city. That's ideally how I do it, and you see
Yeah.
different stuff. You meet different people. You kind of see them doing different things in their lives, and it's just a lot different. And I think this is very cool because, normally when people travel, there is a certain kind of tourist shine that gets put over things in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So even if you go and visit that place, yeah, you kind of see like the nice, cool parts, but like you maybe miss kind of what does a normal day-to-day person's life look like.
Yeah.
And I think this is very cool because you just go and you just say, I wonder what things are like, in Sri Lanka today. And you can watch a video of a person doing their life in Sri Lanka.
Well, maybe. Although I'm kind of struck. I mean, I was so we decided to talk about this topic today, partially because last night I was wandering around the Facebook map, and I mean, it is true that for some of these feeds, you're probably looking at people just doing real life. But then you're also looking, I mean, some of them you're looking at people who are, doing something in front of the camera. This is not necessarily their real life, they're...
No, yeah, there's TV shows and there's other...
There's TV shows. So let's talk a little bit about the kinds of things that people do when they're on camera, and about this whole idea of regular, what happens when regular people have the potential for, being on camera as though they were, a celebrity, or as though they were on national news, right?
Well, there seems to be two types of videos. The first are people who are just on Facebook Live talking to their friends and followers. Right? So just like, yeah, hey, we're out at the club. Like, woo, hey, everyone, we're like at the club.
Yeah. It's as though they're taking a selfie, but it's video.
Yeah. The second is people using this as a platform to distribute media, right? So they have, like a fitness club, or a lot of religious institutions doing stuff.
In fact, I saw a lot of, a lot of church or different religious meetings and gatherings, and they're praying and they're singing.
Yeah, or some people will use it to have a TV show, right? And so why pay for cable and try to get yourself at a cable show when you can use Facebook Live?
Then there was a lot of, there was a fair amount of people making and or selling jewelry items, that they had created. No matter what people were doing, I was kind of struck at how much hair fluffing there was.
A lot of hair fluffing?
There was. There's a lot of people. People, I guess, feel, you feel self-conscious when you get in front of the camera, and then they start messing with their hair. Both men and women. Just kind of, I think because they must be able to see themselves. One thing I've got to, can they see them? They must be able to see themselves on the feed. And so then, they start messing with their hair, which I always think is funny. There's a number of people who do rants of various kinds. They seem to be, and the thing is, you're looking around the world, so I don't understand all these languages, so I don't know what a lot of them are saying. But there do seem to be a lot of people just ranting. They're just like on some topic and giving their opinion very strongly about the topic. But I wanted to talk to you about like it has an interesting, compelling, voyeuristic aspect to it. I mean, like you start looking, and like an hour can go by easily, right?
Yeah, I mean, and this is just getting started. I'm sure in a couple of years there's going to be so many people, content from everywhere all at once.
Well, and I don't know exactly what they're doing with the map, because they're I mean, I doubt that they're showing all the videos.
No, they are.
They are? Because there aren't that many. I mean, there were
there's not
hundreds.
Yeah,
there
but it's just
thousands or millions.
It's just getting started, though.
Oh.
I
and
mean,
there were
that was those
parts of the world that had
live.
nothing. Huh?
I said that was all live.
Live, yeah.
I think
it's true.
I think that was probably.
You think that was all of them?
Yeah.
Well, there was nothing going on, for instance, in Finland.
Well, was it like 2 a.m. in Finland on a Thursday?
It was probably about 5 a.m, because it was about 11 at night here in the States. So it was probably very early in the morning. But Finland, I wanted to hear from you. So, yeah, you're right. Although there were people from all different time zones that were on.
Now, there's a couple other interesting things to think about. I wonder if some of the people are in using some sort of VPN tunnel. So it looks like they're in like Kuala Lumpur, but they're really like in Pittsburgh.
Really?
It's possible.
Why? All right. Well, now, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why?
Because you want to look like you're recording from South Korea or something?
Well, no. You could do that, or just some people. I mean, just the way their internet connections work. Like that's just the way they do it. There's, for security reasons.
I mean, for the most part, and like I said, I don't know these languages, and I certainly have not been to all these places in the world. It seemed like, just from...
Oh, yeah, I was just... I'm curious if Facebook is smart enough to figure that out. But, no, the vast majority of, if not everyone, was from the place they said they were. For sure.
So, I mean, we can talk about, and we probably should talk about the behavioral science and brain science behind why videos are so compelling. Mm-hmm. But then I'd also like to talk about, why these videos seem particularly compelling. Mm-hmm. So should I talk about videos first, just to, why is video so... Why does that capture our attention? I'll do a little bit on that.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, videos are, people like videos compared to just seeing a still picture or just reading text or even just hearing somebody talk, just listening to audio. And not always. I mean, just audio is great. I hope people think just audio is great, because that's what our podcast is. And there are times when, just audio is really useful. Like you want to be able to consume the media without having to look at it. I mean, I'm sure I'm like a lot of people listening to podcasts. I'm doing other things. I'm driving, I'm cleaning the house, I'm going for a walk, I'm weeding the garden, and so I
hope you're not weeding the garden now.
No, right now in where I am, it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that doesn't
sound
winter.
Ideal. I am not weeding the garden. But if we don't want to do one of those things, then we often do like video. So video is interesting. It grabs our attention. When there is movement in our peripheral vision, and I think we've talked about peripheral vision before. I'm pretty sure we have.
I think so. I mean, we've certainly mentioned it, talked about it vaguely.
Yeah, so, there's central vision, which is
references.
Yeah, the central. So you have two basic kinds of vision: central vision and peripheral vision. Central vision is what you're seeing when you look straight out, and it's a very small amount of your vision. It's very sharp and clear. And then peripheral vision is like everything else you see. So if you're looking straight ahead, you can kind of see off to the side pretty far. It's not particularly clear. It's a little blurry. That's our peripheral vision. And I won't go into here all the things that we know about peripheral vision. And I'll go back and check. And if we haven't done that podcast, we'll put it on the list. But one of the things that we know peripheral vision is particularly sensitive to is movement. So if there's any movement in your peripheral line of vision, that really captures your attention, and it makes you turn your head and look with your central vision. So when something is moving, when something moves in our visual field, we keep looking, and that's one reason why video is so interesting and compelling, because it's moving, even if it's not moving a lot. Even if someone is just standing there talking, there's enough, they're not perfectly still. There's enough movement that it'll keep grabbing our attention over and over. So that's one reason we like video. I think in this case, though, there's other things going on. So besides just that movement part. So let's. You want to take any guesses? I have some ideas. What are your ideas about what makes it interesting and compelling? This Facebook Live video feed.
Well, I have a bunch of ideas.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first, it's just amazing to be in a part of someone's life from around the world, and there's something.
Why?
What?
Why?
There's a sense of transportation, that you are being transported because it's happening live at the same time.
Okay, so one piece of it that makes it interesting is that it's happening live.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it happening live? Why does that seem more compelling than, because you could be watching a recorded video, right, of someone talking from.
Right. I think live makes it feel more like a conversation. And it is a conversation. You can write questions and say stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You can write questions. Although a lot of the videos, I don't know if they were doing that, but there are many videos where people are talking, and then you can tell they're reading the screen, and then they say, "Okay, Christy, here's why." I think right they're talking to the screen. So
shut up, Christy. You're dumb. There's a lot of that.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, there's a lot.
There's probably a lot of that. So, you think the fact that they can respond to other people makes it even more interesting?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it feels like a conversation.
But you're not having a conversation with them, although you could, but only if you were friends with them.
No.
No.
If you're watching their Facebook Live.
Oh, if you're watching you can.
But it doesn't matter if you are or if you're not. No, when I say conversation, I'm talking about, that's the difference between watching a TV show and talking to someone.
So if you're watching a recorded video or you're watching a TV show, you cannot talk to them real live, at that moment.
Yeah.
You might be able to find their email and send them one, but it's not like you can. So there's something you think about the ability, just knowing you can talk to them even if you don't.
Yes.
That makes a difference.
Yes, and knowing that it's happening at the same time, that makes a difference.
So the fact that it's synchronous, not asynchronous,
Correct.
it's happening at the same time.
It's
Why
not,
does that make a difference?
Well,
I know I'm giving you a hard time here. I'm just trying to pull out some ideas.
Well,
I mean,
it's not predetermined.
I have ideas. Huh?
It's not predetermined.
It's not predetermined. Okay, so this idea that...
I think of live sports, right? Live sports are the perfect kind of example, right? Why are live sports better than tape delay?
Yeah, okay.
Even though you personally may not know the outcome.
Yeah.
The fact that the outcome has already happened.
Yeah.
Makes it less interesting.
Yeah. So we are very, we like this idea that we are participating. So that's part of it, because you're not just watching, you're actually at some level part of it. So that makes it more engaging. And then the fact that you don't know the outcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know, and nobody knows what's going to happen next, right? So there's that, if it's recorded, even if you don't know what's going to happen next, somebody does.
Yeah.
Right? But in this way, it's like nobody knows what's going to happen next. So that adds like anticipation, mystery. That would probably get your dopamine going a little bit more. And the fact that you can, the fact that it's synchronous might get your oxytocin going a little bit. All right. What else makes it so compelling?
Ooh, let's see. I mean, I think it's cool that there's something to be said for, having the thing across the other side of the world and you watching.
So the fact that it's far away.
Is
that what you mean?
That's like that. It's just like a different. I mean, if we're going into brain science land,
Yeah.
which we never do on this show.
No, never.
Never.
We always do. You're being sarcastic.
Yeah. So you have the mirror neurons that fire. So seeing something that's totally different, right? Like a marketplace in Sri Lanka, but not like some video footage of a marketplace in Sri Lanka, but like actually like this is happening right now. Mirrors in your head, and so it's almost like you are in the marketplace in Sri Lanka because you're looking at it.
Because it's live. Because it's live,
right.
It makes it teleports you there.
Which
a little bit more than if it were recorded.
Right, which then means it's a new experience, which is more engaging.
Right, we like surprise, we like new things. So the part of us that likes new things would be very interested in that. Okay, yeah. All right. Anything else that makes these particularly interesting?
There's a lot of people in them.
I have one more idea.
Okay.
The voyeurism.
Voyeurism.
Oh, I have two more ideas. So one is voyeurism. This idea that that you almost have a feeling that you're listening in. Remember you talked about, you're listening in on like somebody else's private conversation. And, I mean, do they know you're there? It's kind of like
they do, but it's like they quote,
but they don't really know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has this kind of like, ooh, I'm going to eavesdrop and on what they have to say, So it has a little bit element of that. And then I wanted to ask you, one other thing I wanted to ask you was about the map. So I think, here's my idea. You can tell me if you agree. The fact that it's a map and you just wander around the map and you can go to a different part of the map and you can hover and when you hover over one of the circles, you actually see, get the videos there, right? I mean, it's running, it's live. Mm-hmm. So you don't even have to click on it, right?
Right.
You just hover. I think that's more compelling and interesting than if you went to the page and you searched by country and there was a list.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
All right. So talk about that. What makes the map part compelling?
I don't know. I like maps. But I've always liked maps. I like looking at maps. On Reddit, I'm subscribed to map porn, which is just pictures of maps.
Do you think that people that... Yeah, I'm fascinated by maps too. So is that why... I mean, is it just because you and I love maps? I mean, does someone who does, who goes, "Why do you guys love maps so much?" Would they find the map part of it compelling? I still think they would.
You think so?
I do, because I think it's because of the kind of the randomness of it, I don't have to stop and make a decision about and search for a particular country. I can just kind of let my gaze, roll over and wander to a place that kind of grabs my interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I think that kind of wandering, to me at least, makes it more compelling. Maybe that doesn't to everybody. Now, do you think this is just we're just fascinated with it because it's new, and a couple months from now we'll never go on there and it won't be interesting because it was just because it was a new thing?
I mean, YouTube is still interesting, and this is like a better YouTube.
Yeah. But if it gets really filled up, then that might be a problem, right?
No. They'll get better at filtering, and they'll filter into more popular people. Look at. So look, this isn't the first time that this is happening. This is very cool because it's all kind of like in front of you. But look at like Twitch. Okay, Twitch, they got bought by Amazon for $1 billion.
Yeah, why not? Maybe you should explain what Twitch is, since there are some people that might not know.
What
I know you find that hard to believe.
Is Twitch? Twitch is a video streaming service that has an emphasis and focus on video game streaming.
So what you do is you watch people playing video games.
For the most part. But it's right. It's a picture of them, what they're playing. They usually got music going on. Sometimes they're playing with other people.
The conversation.
Yeah. And so it's everyone from someone with two viewers, right, to professionals who actually stream live.
So it's kind of a similar idea. It has some of the similar pieces.
So BM Kibler, who is my favorite Hearthstone person. If I just go
Hearthstone being a video game.
A video game, yes, an online card game. He is streaming. His stream is starting in a couple minutes, right? He streams every day. This is what he does. This is how he makes his money. This is,
And for those of you who think this might be a strange idea, it's big.
Yeah, he's got 240,000 followers just on Twitch alone. And he plays Hearthstone, which is it's an online card game. It's not like
it's not one of the big.
It's one of the more popular games. It's fairly popular, but I mean, it's not.
And who bought Twitch?
That would be Amazon.
Amazon bought Twitch a couple years ago.
Pretty sure.
You gonna check this?
Yeah, I want to make sure.
And how much? And they bought it for a very large, what I considered a very large amount of money. He's looking it up.
So.
Yeah, who owns
on
Twitch?
August 25th, 2014, which was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was announced Amazon would acquire Twitch for $970 million.
$970 million.
Yeah.
So I know that some of the people listening, and that was 2.5 years ago. I know some of the people that are listening think, well, yeah, of course. And then some of the people that are listening to our podcast are probably thinking, what?
Esports.
$70 million to watch people play video games.
Well, they also have major tournaments. So, like right now, I'm on Twitch. There's a Dota 2 tournament, which is the Boston Major. There are, between the two streams, because they can stream, multiple games at the same time. Because it's a tournament, so they have it There's
so
like 250,000 people watching live right now.
So it's live and it's gaming. Yeah. So that's going to be big.
But
right?
so this idea that you would stream yourself doing stuff is not. Yeah. Facebook is not the first to do it. Though though with Facebook Live, it certainly opens the door for a much larger variety of experiences. Now the biggest thing holding all this up is hardware, though. Because, most of the people who play, they have good PCs, right, where they're streaming stuff, and
On Twitch, you mean?
Yeah, it's much harder to record, encode, and upload on like a cell phone. And,
Yes.
Yes. Even a laptop will be tough. So a lot of the Facebook quality is pretty low. But I'm sure in the next couple of years, that will, of course, increase.
As hardware gets better and cheaper.
Better. Yeah. So this is, so that's the good news, I suppose. But it's still, it's definitely in its infancy still.
I mean, we should probably do a separate podcast on the topic of what constitutes news, and so we'll put that aside for now. But related to that, I can imagine that this just opens up, a whole new world of people who become essentially, video news people, right? I mean, they just wander around doing news stories live.
Yeah, and it's, there's even more to it than that, because there's even more to it than that, because Facebook is trying to cash in on this live video format. YouTube already does live streaming. They stream, but they focus more on event streaming, like a concert or a presidential debate.
Something like that. Yeah. And I think, well, now this is interesting. I mean, my impression is, and I don't know why I think this, maybe just because of the type of broadcasts that have been done on YouTube, my impression is that if you were going to do a YouTube live streaming event, you'd need, heavy duty equipment. But it wouldn't be. It's just so if you want the quality.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But I think I don't think it's too terribly difficult to do some of this stuff.
I mean, one of the things I was watching last night on my Facebook Live map was there were two people driving in a car out in the northwest of the U.S. Like, I don't know, they were in Oregon or Washington or something, and it was snowing and the roads were bad, and they were doing like a weather road forecast in the car.
Yeah.
And I think the guy doing the recording was not the driver, which was smart. But that's all they were, just wanted to show you. Oh, and that's what they were talking about, what schools were being closed in the morning because of the snow. And so it really was like the weather, it was like the news weather. They're like, okay, well, so far the schools that are closed are, and they were naming the schools, but some of the schools haven't decided yet, so you should check, your local school website to see if they're going to close tomorrow. And it was just it just it's just different, right?
Yeah.
Not what you usually get. So I have another question for you. Have we talked, I don't know if we've done an episode on virtual reality, but do you think I could almost imagine is there a way to do like a live VR? I could almost imagine that in these live things there would be some option where you could, put on a headset, and then instead of just watching it in a tiny little...
you can do that on Facebook already.
You can do what?
You can stream 360 degrees.
You can, on these Facebook Live videos, can you?
Yeah, sure.
Really? Because I could imagine that you could...
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just go to Facebook360.com.
Yeah, and what do you see?
Facebook 360, a stunning and captivating way for publishers and content creators to share immersive stories and places and experiences with their fans. As the video plays... No, you should just go try it. It's really cool. You go... You can just go try it. It's a video.
All right, wait a minute. But what is it? Where did you go? What's the URL?
Facebook360.com.
All right, you guys are going to hear me typing.
It's a video. Oh my God, there's a bear underneath me. That's sweet.
Facebook 360. What's it called?
Facebook360.com.
I get the site can't be reached.
Maybe Facebook. We'll just search for it.
All right.
Anyways, and it's meant. The whole point is they already have a platform, and I hope people have tried this, where you're going and you can use your mouse to pan around, but if you have a headset on, then you can just look around, right? So it's already completely VR, immersed.
Really?
It's so cool.
Really? All right, but these are all right. Wait a minute, but this isn't live.
No, but it can be.
But it can be.
Yeah. Now, of course, the problem is that it takes a lot of computing power to create a video like that, and it's possible we're not quite there in 360 instant stream yet.
But we will be.
We people who are doing concerts today, can get the gear to be able to stream live 360 degrees. That exists right now, but it's a $5,000 setup or $50,000. It's just not cheap. But I'm sure every year that'll get cut in half. So you can look at it, you watch it in VR, you pop your VR headset in, and then you're in the stream. VR. Hey, I know you said in the future. VR is here, and they already have all the applications.
No. I know VR is here. I'm not saying. Well, no, I just meant. I think what I meant was more. I don't. What you were talking about with if we're talking about normal everyday people being, live video streaming.
Yes, they'll do it in VR very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, but I just only meant the future because I thought it would take a while for the technology to be more affordable for people to do that. So that, I think, really, brings up this.
This is so
that
cool.
I think.
This is so cool.
Now. You're off looking at something else. But I can imagine, that we were talking that whole feeling of it being immersive, right? All right. So now let's talk about whether it's the. Are you with me, or if I lost you to some?
I'm here. All
right. Just some 360 VR.
It's just so
thing.
cool, man. It's so cool.
What are you looking at?
I was just looking at the 3D video.
Of what?
Did you go to the website?
One of us should just be.
Did you go to You should just go to the website and just watch. Here, look.
What?
Did you go to the website?
I couldn't find the website. I mean, I found tutorials about how to use the software.
Oh my god, dude! Here, okay, yeah, I sent you. Here, click on the link. Go to the website.
I can't believe we're making people listen to us.
Everyone at home, do it with us. Facebook360.fb.com.
All right. Yes.
Okay, now scroll down.
Oh, okay. I didn't scroll down.
And do you see the 360?
Yes.
Click on the button that says 360.
Okay. There's music.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll turn the music off so that I'm not bothering people. Okay. So, I'm swimming with bears.
Now, did you click and drag your mouse?
Did I? Oh, yeah, I got to go around. Oh, every time I do that, though, I hear the sound again.
You just got to turn the sound off button. If you're wearing headphones, no one can hear the sound. I don't think I can hear the sound.
Yeah. It would be better if I had definitely be better if I had a, headset
But still really cool that you could just kind of pan around.
It is pretty cool that I can just pan around. So, yeah, so I think
future.
That... So I think that, all right, so I just think this is going to, I think, it's very compelling. It's video. it's 360.
Yeah,
It
and it's
makes
gonna
you
be
feel
even
like you're
better
there.
when you go to the club with your friends and you can 360 the club.
Yeah. Yeah, any, 360 that now all these people that are doing these live video feeds, from their living room, that probably wouldn't be good because then you get to see that they have the clothes they haven't folded from the laundry, sitting on their couch. But certainly if you're, anywhere outdoors, or I just there's so many ways you can use this. I mean, if
There's
you
no universe, really, honestly, I really do mean this. There's
what?
no universe that currently has video streaming
Yeah.
that would not be enhanced if it was a 360 video instead of just a
No,
60
but I
by
just
9.
said if you're in your living room talking, you may not want to do a 360.
I think you're wrong about that. I think we will be doing everything in 360. Look, you're thinking about you're living in a screen world. When you have 360 video, you're not just going to sit in one place. You only sit in one place and talk at the screen because you have to. If you weren't, so let's say instead of like a webcam, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a 360 video that you have on a desk.
Yeah.
You could walk around. You would do other stuff. The way that you would actually be communicating would be very different.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but we're going to have to make some changes to my office because we've nicely controlled the visual field when we do our video recordings.
Well, hey, if it makes you feel better, we're 5-10 years away from that, just because it's so much bandwidth and it's so much
5-10 years
power.
that should be enough time for us to fix up the rest of my office a little bit better. But the thing is, I'm always going to have clutter.
So, well, I'm just saying. So right now, right, the Facebook video or the Facebook Live is very cool. Just imagine what it'll be like when you can do it in 360 degrees.
I think it'll. But you said we can do it in 360.
Well, yeah, but now, like I said, not without somewhere between $5,000 to $50,000 worth of.
But that's not even going to be 5 to 10 years from now, right? 2.
No, it'll be more than 2.
Really?
Well, because it's So if the price gets cut in half every year, let's just say it's $10,000 2017, which means 2018 it'll be 5, 2019 it'll be 2.5. 20.
But right now,
20
all right.
be-
So if we're talking about individuals doing this, it's going to be a couple of years. But if you are a business.
Oh
with
yeah, sure.
money
sure.
to spend, you can do it now, right?
Me and Dan almost started a business, a rental business where you buy the hardware and the people. If you have like a band, you could rent it to record your concert live in 360 degree motion.
Yeah. And so let's talk about live. Let's talk about live video feed.
So, by the way, I should
Yeah.
say, so whatever, Facebook Live, whatever, YouTube currently offers live 360 degrees video streaming.
Okay.
So you can do this right now.
But they don't have the nifty map.
No, they don't have a nifty map. Well, and it's a little, right? Like, it's just a little different, It's just a little different. But yeah, they have YouTube has a whole virtual reality section that you can go and watch all kinds of stuff in 360 degrees. So lots of skydiving and edge of space and nature stuff and lots of music. And
Let's talk about media a little bit, because we were talking, video, we said, is very compelling, and we know that. On the other hand, podcasts have just taken off, right, through the roof because you don't have to look at it.
Yeah.
right? So, being one reason, because you don't have to look at it. So, I mean, are we gonna? I mean, and I have no doubt that the 360 video thing is very big and is gonna get even bigger. But there is that downside that in order to watch it, you have to be either in front of a screen or have a headset on, which means you're not doing anything else. So, I think it will become really big. I just wonder if do you think it's going to become entertainment, or what's going to be bigger, the entertainment portion of it or the marketing sales portion of it? So will I sit down in front of the screen or put on my VR headset and randomly wander around the map and just see what's going on in Burundi, or will I put it on because I'm thinking of buying a house, and so I want to tour some of the houses that are for sale and the condos that are for sale in the city I'm interested in.
I think it'll be all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we've done stuff on 360 video before. My favorite is when someone's talking.
Yeah.
And you don't want to listen to them.
Then what do you do?
You turn around.
Do you turn off the sound?
No, you turn around. So you're just you're looking at something else.
So you're just kind of ignoring
Yeah.
them. They're talking away and you're ignoring them.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think I mean, look, the killer, this will happen when cell phones have 360 degree cameras in them, because right now the whole Facebook Live thing can happen because
and a lot of people
cameras
use
constrain
cameras
us.
for the Facebook Live.
What?
A lot of people are using cameras on their Facebook Live.
Yeah. You mean cell phones?
I'm sorry. I mean cell phones.
Everyone
yeah.
would be using a camera.
Yeah. No. I meant cell phone cameras. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So when is that going to happen? Mr. Technology Predictor.
Well, like I said,
I mean, you can't do that now, can you? Are there any cell phones that have 360 cameras?
Cell phones, no. You can get
Attachments.
Attachments that take 360 panorama video. But it's because it's both. It's not just the video, right? You got the video and then the rendering and then the upload.
Yeah.
So, I mean, drones is where it's at. That's how everyone's doing 360, the real 360 video. If you're being professional about it.
They are?
Yeah.
What? How? Oh.
Yeah, you put a 360 degree camera on a drone, and then you can do it from above. That works out pretty nicely.
But that's not the same experience.
It depends if the drone is eye level or not.
Oh. An eye level drone, huh?
Yeah. I think you'll probably, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 years, you'll start to see phones that just have 360 degree camera capabilities. I would say. That sounds about right to me.
Well, we have this on. We've recorded this now, so we can refer to it.
Yeah.
Later and see if you were.
It's
correct.
what I have in my head is it's like a little even like a little periscope, like a submarine, where it like pops out of the phone.
Yeah.
To do 360 degrees.
All right. So, what is going to be if you had this equipment and you knew how to use it and it wasn't too hard to use?
Oh! I'm totally wrong. I'm sorry.
What?
This will happen in like 3 years. I am so wrong. I just realized you don't need a little thing to pop out of the phone. You can use the current phones as is, with a wide angle front camera and a wide angle rear camera.
Oh, that's true.
right? And then
Okay.
a lot of software to stitch them together. And maybe you would need a little camera on top as well. I don't know. It's possible.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you had all this equipment right now, and you could do this,
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to do live streaming 360, what would you live stream?
Oh. Well, I don't know. Anything that would get me followers. I just want to be popular.
Really?
Yeah. But you're saying assuming I had lots of adoring fans, which I don't, by the way.
Yeah, assuming that you did have fans. So you're not doing something just to be popular. You're doing something because I don't know why you're doing it, because you want other people to be able to see it.
I would stream myself cooking, and I would stream myself playing video games.
Neither of which would require 360.
Cooking would.
Maybe. You would stream yourself cooking and playing video games. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I would probably do. It's an interesting question, right? And it's true. You don't. When you stop and think about it, it's like, what do people want to see?
Well, there's that aspect of celebrity. I mean, one of the big reasons that people, like on Twitch, right? The reason that people follow the people they follow is, okay, yes, they're very good at the sport. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. But really, right, it's the personality, it's the, they're funny, they have, there's a community, right, where there's followers and people are laughing and they're making jokes and, it's at a certain level, it's like any other talk show or any other, form of entertainment. The difference is that instead of having a scripted form of entertainment, you have a video game, right? So the video game is providing all the script, the plots, the entertainment, right? That's what's moving everything forward. And then, and then you just have.
So basically, it seems to me with the stuff like Twitch, and then I think the live Facebook feed, because I did get a sense when I was wandering around the map that a lot of the people we were seeing are people who do this regularly.
Yeah.
And they have a following.
Could I just say something right now?
Yeah.
There are like 150 people watching this person play Farming Simulator 2017.
That's a game.
It's a farming simulator.
What is a farming simulator?
So you're a farmer. I'm currently watching this person with a combine in a wheat field, harvesting wheat.
But they're not really harvesting wheat.
Well, it's a simulator. It's a video game where you're a farmer. Right now, they're just literally just sitting there, like, filling up their truck with wheat.
Really? Why is someone watching that?
Why are 150 people watching this?
Yeah.
My name is Michael, and I live in Denmark. I'm not looking for fame or glory. I'm not perfect to English, but I try my best. I have no plans to make money of gaming and streaming. So might not do very much of my stream with fancy banners and shiny things, but maybe in the future. I play the games I want when I want because that's the most fun for me and might also be more fun for you. Hope you all enjoy it. And they have a dedicated Farming Simulator 2017.
That's very interesting.
People are just watching this person drive a truck.
Well, that's not what I was thinking I was going to put on my video feed channel.
I'm just saying, this is, right, like, that, the type of stuff that they have on here, it's like, people watch people do, like, there's all kinds of really weird stuff, and if you get away from just games, and you start doing into, like, knitting, there's a lot of people who do, like, makeup.
There are a lot of people who do makeup and jewelry making.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, between like jewelry making, makeup, obviously cooking, like I really, I think there's a lot of really interesting stuff that people would follow. Absolutely.
Well, so we'll have to put some thought into. You're gonna do the
There are 46 people watching someone play SpongeBob SquarePants, the video game.
Well, that's not a lot of people.
Yeah, but this is like a 10-year. Okay, anyways.
So people who are listening to this episode, they could write in to us and let us know if there's anything that they would like to see. I can't, what we do is just not visual, but I'm wondering,
Well, like I said, I would like to cook.
You would like to cook or play video games. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I might do?
What?
I might go out snowshoeing.
Oh yeah. People.
But that has
nothing
to do
people
with
working out. So actually, I already know. I have a friend of mine who I went to law school with.
Yeah.
And she kind of does like a little workout program. She Facebook live streams like 2-3 times a week of her talking about struggles and losing weight and working out and being motivated and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, she already does this like multiple times a week.
So I would like some ideas on anything that has, because like we do brain and behavioral science. I'm a psychologist. We do technology. I mean, people, I think, know what we do. That's why they're listening to this episode. But I don't know what we would do with a live Facebook feed around that topic. So if anyone can think of one, because I don't want to, I could we have a studio. I have a studio right here. I could set up in front of the studio and do a live Facebook feed and talk about this stuff. But that seems boring.
Right.
So I would like some ideas. I'll think about it too. And if anybody listening has ideas, besides me walking through the woods in Wisconsin, which is right out my back door, in the winter in snowshoes, which I could do, and it's very pretty. I would like some ideas about how you and I could use this technology in a way that our audience would find valuable or interesting, and I haven't figured that out yet. But I also haven't given it a whole lot of thought. So if people have ideas, right?
Right? Yeah. I think people just really like to connect with other people and be a part of their lives and
have that live connection.
Yeah, and so I think it's good.
So maybe we're gonna try it. I can't imagine that, but we could, right?
One of these days.
All right, I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
All right. So while we think about it, and while our audience thinks about it, I would like to remind everyone to write in with your ideas for our episodes, and the email address that they can write into us is what, Guthrie?
info@theteamw.com.
And like and rate our podcast and whatever you use to listen to it. That helps us get the word out. And anything else you want to add, Guthrie, or are we all done, ready to wrap it up?
I think we're basically done.
All right.
I think what else could we possibly say about videos?
Well, if anyone has a favorite Facebook or YouTube or anything live streaming that they either do or that they like to watch, write and let us know what it is. We'll check it out. Thanks, Guthrie.
Absolutely. This was a good one. I will talk to you all soon. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I hope everyone is going to have a nice holiday season that's coming up.
In the U.S., we're into the holiday season.
And that's what I want to say.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.